So what is peak? Well, if you think in terms of society, peak would mean that the society is one where the obvious basic needs of human beings are being taken care of. Things such as no one going hungry and health being provided for free, no matter the condition of the person. But I'm speaking about peak in terms of a human being's potential. The type of peak that was showcased and seen by other people makes it clear that God is real and that God energy is within you. Is within everybody. God energy has always been within us. It doesn't matter how many times you've been beat down. It doesn't matter how many times you've seen people in the world be able to lie, cheat, steal, and harm others with impunity and seemingly not only be able to get away with it, but also be able to keep climbing up the social and financial ladder as well. God is still real despite all of this. That is made clear by the fact that even with the privileged and the rich do monstrous things, they seem to get away with it. But they're never able to get peace. That peace is something they're never able to buy, something that they're not able to lie, cheat, or steal their way to get. And this is how it should be, how it will continue to be. Because we're talking about the realest power here. We're talking about a power that's everlasting, the one that a person can't put a price tag on. Peace. Power from peace. Power from being in a deep state of peace within, a state that births creativity and magic just the same. A power that is infinite. To achieve this is peak. We're not just talking about a good TV show or movie. It is the thing that all the rich people want but never seem able to get, no matter how many schemes they take part in. One way that rich people try to get a hold of this power, the way that they try to get a grip on infinity, is to pay for the most advanced tech in order to live forever. This may be in the form of medical procedures, cutting-edge medicine yet to hit the marketplace, or even alternative medicine and treatments. None of these tend to work. But even when these medicines do work, at significantly lengthening a human's lifespan, these people would only be dooming themselves to be on the planet for a longer time without peace. You see, being able to live forever is not something that can bring you peace. In the same way that having more zeros in your bank account is not something that can induce peace either. It doesn't matter how much effort you put into getting the extra zeros in your Chase bank account or at your account at Wells Fargo or Bank of America. It doesn't matter the sweat and the tears, the people that doubted you along the way. Those people could be family members. Those people could be boyfriends, girlfriends, childhood friends, your pastor or your priest. Even if the complete weight of the world was put on your shoulders and you had to manage to hoist it up during your entire journey up the ladder of success, you will still not be able to attain peace. You will not be able to attain peace. You will not be able to attain peace. It will remain elusive. It'll still elude you through your anger. It'll still elude you through your tears. And continue to elude you even if you lash out. Nah. That's not how it works. So what are you willing to give up for peace? What are you willing to sacrifice? How much of the surface level peace, which of course isn't real peace, are you willing to give up front for peace? How many of the comforts that you've long since become accustomed to are you willing to part with? How serious are you? Those comforts you can have, but not if they get prioritized over peace. This means, for one, you mentally commit to prioritizing and achieving a deep, permanent peace over everything else. As I've said, for the ones with the family, make sure you're able to feed them. And of course, this goes without saying, make sure that you're able to feed yourself. Make sure that you have a roof over your head. All common sense things. all things that will not preclude you from being able to attain deep peace. But everything else is secondary, period. Even, yes, hear me on this, even spending time with your family. This doesn't mean that you don't spend time with your family, no. This means if you are given the choice between doing internal work or spending time with your loved ones, if you haven't knocked out internal work for the day, then you choose internal work. You go inside. This is not something that is negotiable. Never allow it to be. Simply accept everyday internal work as a reality. This is just what it is now. This is something that countless people already do when it comes to their jobs. This is something that countless already do when it comes to running their businesses and working on getting rich. Money and success always comes before spending time with kids, often out of brute necessity with the job and just trying to get by. But in terms of prioritizing internal work, many would find this idea unreasonable. No. No, what's unreasonable is prioritizing spending time with your family when you are just going to end up back in the same reality, devoid of peace, when it's all said and done. Most of the time when a person is spending time with the family, they're just going through the motions anyway. Yeah, they may smile and they may get a small amount of pleasure from the experience, but at the end of the day, it's as meaningless as all the other days they spend time with the kids, and their minds are so focused on other life shit at the time that there isn't anything good about the time spent that even warrants speaking about it or remembering. In short, you never really enjoy the time you spend with your family. You just tell yourself you do. But if you attain peace in your life, from the most mundane and not thought about moments to the ones you consider most crucial, this includes spending time with your family, are transformed into something remarkable. No greater power than peace. There's no greater power than peace. There's no greater power than peace. There's no greater power than peace.